This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Tristan Hildebrand coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Monday, June 30th. A Taiwan-UK enhanced trade partnership will foster investment, digital trade, and net zero cooperation. President Lai links civic movements to Taiwan's democratic will, and President Lai spotlights defense capabilities as new generals take command. But first, today's top story. Taiwan's representative to the UK, Vincent Yao, and UK Office of Trade Negotiations, Ruth Bradley Jones, signed 3 trade agreements in Taipei on Monday. Officially named 3-pillar arrangements of the UK-Taiwan Enhanced Trade Partnership, ETP, the agreements will help promote bilateral investment, digital trade, and energy and net zero cooperation. Also in Taiwan for the 27th annual Taiwan-UK Trade Dialogue on Monday, UK Trade Minister Douglas Alexander spoke during the ETP signing ceremony. He detailed that each pillar represents opportunity in clean energy, where Taiwan is already a major market for UK companies and where we see significant growth potential. In investment, where we are seeing increased interest from both sides to back strategically significant sectors such as technology and advanced manufacturing, and in digital trade, where our pilot project is demonstrating its immense value to businesses. President Lai Ching-te responded that he not only hopes the annual dialogue yields a fruitful outcome, but also that the UK will publicly support Taiwan's joining the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, CPTPP. He said that in the face of international economic and trade challenges, such as the restructuring of the global supply chain, he believes that Taiwan and the UK are inseparable key partners. The president also thanked the British government for its long-term support of peace and stability in the region, citing 2 recently released UK reports, the Strategic Defense Review and National Security Strategy. Both publications oppose any unilateral attempt to change the status quo in the Taiwan Strait, which speak on how the security and prosperity of the Indo-Pacific and transatlantic region are inseparable. Alexander reiterated the UK's long-term firm position and expressed confidence that the 2 countries can combine their respective strengths to open the door to innovative cooperation and commercial success. President Lai Ching-te criticized the amendments put forth by the legislature over the past year as exceeding constitutional authority during his third 10 Talks on the Country speech delivered this Sunday, highlighting that he had never seen a piece of legislation ruled unconstitutional during his 12 years as a legislator. As guardian of the Constitution, Lai emphasized the president's duty to uphold its principles. Lai outlined the development of Taiwan's constitution, its separation of powers across 5 governmental branches, and the constitutional amendment process. He noted that Taiwan has undergone 7 constitutional amendments, gradually establishing a democratic consciousness that has emerged from the shadow of authoritarianism and put into practice the principle of popular sovereignty. Lai noted concerns that the amendments put forth by the legislature over the past year may exceed constitutional powers and undermine the separation of powers. Notably, Lai mentioned the law governing the legislative yuan's power passed by the legislature, which the Constitutional Court ruled unconstitutional, a first in Taiwan's history. He emphasized that during his 12 years across 4 terms as legislator, he had never seen an unconstitutional law passed by the legislature, adding that the act simultaneously violated the constitutional powers of multiple agencies. President Lai likened Taiwan's 1990 Wild Lily student movement, 2014 Sunflower movement, and recent Great Recall movement to a manifestation of Taiwan's democratic will. Quoting Jane Addams' belief that the cure for the ills of democracy is more democracy, Lai said that preserving the democratic system will depend on 2 key forces, the Constitutional Court and the will of the people. President Lai Ching-te welcomed new generals in a promotion ceremony at the presidential office this Monday. In addition to congratulating the promoted generals, Lai emphasized that the new rank comes with a greater responsibility to meet the country's high expectations. The president underscored that in light of the rapidly evolving global landscape and growing external threats, it is essential to accelerate defense reform, including not only the active replacement and modernization of core combat equipment, but also the strategic planning and procurement of various unmanned systems. He urged the newly promoted generals to act with flexibility and pragmatism, taking into account current conditions and developing comprehensive training, deployment, and tactical plans. Lai expressed hope that the annual Hankwang and upcoming 2025 Urban Resilience All-Out Defense Mobilization exercise will serve as practical demonstrations of Taiwan's determination and defense capabilities. He added that the integration of technology, pragmatic strategies, and comprehensive training will enhance the effectiveness of emerging forces and establish reliable combat capabilities that will safeguard Taiwan's sovereignty, democracy, and freedom. The Foreign Ministry is working together with many other government ministries to jointly develop cooperative strategies to enhance Taiwan's international influence and competitiveness with the mindset that every ministry is a foreign ministry. Since taking office, Foreign Minister Lin Jialong has successfully held bilateral meetings with ministers from the Agricultural, Education, Science, and Labor Ministries, respectively, with the goal of generating prosperity with international partners, the results of which are already being seen in jointly announced and developing programs. Following a meeting between Lin and Labor Minister Hong Shenhan a few days ago, the two ministries agreed to work together to alleviate Taiwan's domestic industry labor shortage, while expanding opportunities for Taiwanese to seek overseas employment. The ministries agreed to jointly look into the protection of migrant workers' labor rights and interests, with the hope that such workers could become a bridge and common strength of Taiwan and their respective homelands. For science and technology, the Technology Value-Added Diplomacy Strategy was proposed to strengthen cooperation in overseas parks, talent cultivation, and key emergent technologies. The first country selected to benefit, Paraguay, and the Taiwan-Paraguay Smart Technology Park will receive National Science Council assistance, potentially transforming it into the Taiwan of South America. Team Taiwan participated in San Francisco's Gay Pride Parade over the weekend, holding up signs spreading the message of Taiwan's inclusive spirit. The SF Pride Team Taiwan expanded its participation this year and was warmly received by onlookers. San Francisco's annual Pride celebration took place over the weekend with the theme Queer Joy is Resistance. Team Taiwan rolled out in a small truck for the first time, playing catchy songs like Love Cha-Cha, preceded by Taiwan's national flag and the Gay Pride flag. The parade team included a group of young dancers and many holding signs showing Taiwan's unique position in East Asia, such as being the first country to legalize same-sex marriage. The team had about 200 members this year, all taking to the streets in colorful shows of support. One member of the Taiwan Pride group, Yi Bai, joined with her daughter, saying she hopes to show her children what's happening in the world from an early age so they can make their own choices and fight for their rights. However, as a Taiwanese woman, she also wished to highlight the reasons to be proud of Taiwan on the international stage, including gay rights. This sentiment was shared by another team member who said he hopes to share his pride in Taiwan's marriage equality with the American community. Takeout and delivery food is exceptionally common in Taipei, where restaurants are plentiful and very affordable. However, concerns over the waste from disposable utensils and tableware have prompted government action.
To combat unnecessary waste, from July 22nd, restaurants in roughly 280 areas in Taipei City will no longer provide free disposable utensils and tableware. These include establishments in or near the Taipei City Mall, Taipei Arena, Taipei Expo Park, Songsan Cultural and Creative Park, and many other well-known locations. When asked their opinion on the new policy, one man says that because washing tableware outside of the house is not easy, he will pay extra for the convenience. Another says that he buys takeout to eat at home, so he doesn't mind. One woman agrees that the new policy is fine because she carries tableware for her kids anyway. Posters in some restaurants use a family of 4 as an example, detailing that disposable tableware including bowls, chopsticks, and spoons each will cost $1 NT or 3 US cents more, totaling 12 NT or 41 US cents added to the costs of the meal. Taipei City Environmental Protection Department Resource Recycling Division Director Li Yuhui suggests that restaurants can display 2 prices, one including utensils and one without, allowing an easier choice for customers. The Taipei City government estimates that after the new policy is implemented, waste from disposable tableware can be reduced by approximately 27 million pieces per year, easing the burden on the environment. However, whether restaurants will comply or whether customers will mind the extra expense enough to make greener choices has yet to be verified. Michelle Chang for RTI News.
Thank you for joining me for the news. I'm Tristan Hildebrand. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.